Good evening, Sword Family, and welcome to a special edition of the Tea House. Now, this is obviously not my usual time to do things like this. It is currently 10:30 in the evening, and I'm obviously not live. I'm doing this as a recording. I have had this lovely Gǔqín for about 7 months now. And in that time, I haven't really, I've played around with it. I've plucked at the strings here and there. But I haven't really ever tried to tune it. And it came with a tuner, and I've never actually attempted to tune my own instruments. I have a guitar, most of my viewers have seen it, that was tuned professionally by someone not me. So I kind of thought it might be entertaining to attempt this on my own. Now, what we're going to be attempting is the Zhongdiao tuning, which is C, D, F, G, A, C, D. That is what most information that I have found to be considered the standard tuning. I have my finger picks here. It just makes it easier to flick the string properly, to pluck the string properly. Now, I was going to try and do a 2-camera setup so that we would have one camera over top here so you could see me plucking the strings, and I was going to set up a second camera so that you could see the tuner, so you could see that I am doing exactly what I say I'm doing. Unfortunately, the 2-camera setup didn't work. So we're going to have to go on the honor system here, folks, because I do not know any other way to do this. But I'm going to show you a little bit more about the tuner. So we have a little power button here. The screen turns blue. If we press the button again, now you can't see this. It just looks like a blue screen. But if I press the button again, you can scroll through all of the different tunings of the Gǔqín. There's F, B, B sharp, and that appears to be it. Nope, there's C, G, E, and then we're back to F. We're going to be doing the F tuning. That is the Zhongdiao. Now, I'm trying to get this section here is your bridge. That is called the Yue Xiang in Chinese. Now, when I first got the Gǔqín, and again, it came with a tuner, I was not entirely certain where I was supposed to be putting the tuner, because it's obviously not going to fit on this giant, thick body down here. I found out you're supposed to put it on the bridge. You're supposed to put it on the bridge. Now, as you're plucking the strings, and this is why I wanted to have a 2-camera setup. I really wish it would have worked, but sadly, it doesn't. But it's on the standard tuning. We're going to clip it to the bridge. Try and show this to everybody. There it is, clipped to the bridge with the tuner facing me so that I can see what it's doing. Now, the screen is blue. You saw that before. The screen is blue right now. Now, as I pluck the strings with my trusty finger picks here, this is the top string, which would be the C note. So we hit, and we do indeed get a C on the tuner. And there's also a number 1, which tells you which string you're supposed to be plucking. This is string 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is a C. Now, when you hit the correct tone for that string, the tuner will go from blue to green. Now, we're on the correct note, but we're not on the correct tone. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pluck each of the 7 strings so you can get a baseline of what it sounds like right now. Now, I am going to admit that I have fiddled with the tuning pegs down here a very, very minor degree. Because when I first got this thing, the people who watched my unboxing, the strings were incredibly loose. They were very, very loose. And so I did tighten them up some. And apparently I tightened the top one up almost to the correct note, but not the correct tone. So, again, we're going to go through all 7 strings just so you can hear what they sound like right now. And then we'll go each individual string, tuning them until the tuner itself turns green to show that they are all properly tuned. Then I'll play each string again so you can hear the difference. So, here's number 1. That's the C. Here's number 2, which also is showing up as a C. Here's number 3, which again is showing up as a C. And 4, which is also showing up as a C. 5, that's an A, which is actually, again, the correct note, but not the right tone. That's an A. That says it's a G, which is supposed to be this one here, number 4, not this one. That's a G. And 7, which is also showing up as a G. So I'm watching my level over here on my microphone to make sure that you can actually hear this as we're hitting the strings. So again. So, again, C, D, F, G, A, C, D. Standard tune. I memorized that with a helpful little mnemonic that I created myself, which is Carl Douglas fights giant ants, 'cause duh. C, D, F, G, A, C, D. So now, each string, that's a C. So we're going to have to tighten that one a little bit to get it to where it's supposed to be. Let's try that there. Still low. Still low. How about there? And there it goes. Now I'm going to try and show this so that you can see the green. It lasts for a few minutes. I'm hoping once I unclip it, it stays green, but you see it change? It went from blue to green. See, it's green. Now it's blue again. So the first string, which is our C, our number 1, is tuned. So now we move on to the D. So that one definitely needs to be tightened. Let's try that. Now it's showing up as an F. So I tightened it too much. Still an F. Still an F. Now it's saying it's a C. What's going on with that? Why is it skipping over D? It is. It's skipping right over D. This is infuriating. It's going from C to F. Now it's saying F again. This one's going to be a fiddly one, I think. Let's skip over that one for now because that's going to really bug me. I'm going to get that one to the F. Now it's on the F. But we're not quite there yet. We're getting there. Almost. A little bit more. And there it is. We now have the F. That one feels incredibly tight, though. That kind of worries me a little bit, but oh well. So here's our C. Here's our F. So now we're going to go for the G. That was a frightening sound. That's an F. Still an F. Oh, that was a... Oh, did we get it? Hold on. Yes, we got it. That's the G. There's our G. Why is the D being so damn annoying? I'm wondering... because if I loosen it, all the other ones feel incredibly tight. But this one just... it doesn't want to go backwards. It's still saying it's an F. I can't get a D note on this one. If I loosen it too much more, it's going to go back to C. Okay, we're just going to skip that one. We're going to go on to the A, which was already almost there. Just need to tighten it up a little bit. And there's the A. So now we have another C and a D. So let's get those. A little bit tighter than they already are so that we can get them off the wrong note. That still says it's an A. Now we're getting there. Oof, that was a scary sound. A little bit more. That's still just slightly off. And there's C. So, that's not even registering. Maybe if we move it to the other side. Now it's on a G, so we need to tighten that one up quite a bit. Now it's the C, so we still need to keep going. That makes me nervous when it clicks like that. Still got to go more. And there's D. A little bit more. That's too much. Still too much. Still too much. And there it is. That is... Why is this one being such a shithead? That's incredibly tight for an F. I can't get it. All the other ones feel incredibly tight. And now it's saying it's a C again. This is really obnoxious. I can't even get it to. It skips right over D. I don't understand. It skips right over. What is going on? It's either a really, really... And now it's on C again. I can't get... Well, that might just be as close as we're going to get tonight, because I cannot figure out why the C is good. It sounds different. Now that one's gone loose. There's the F. There's the G. There's the A. There's the C. And there's the D. So we have 6 of 7 done. I don't know why the second string is being such a pain in my ass, but it definitely sounds different than that one. So we have C, a really, really high C, F, G, A, C, and D. I might have to play around with this a little bit more and try and figure out why exactly I can't get this second string to get to the right note. But that's good enough for tonight. I've been going for nearly half an hour, which is about what I expected this to take, honestly. I'm pretty pleased with myself that I've got 6 of the 7 strings where I need them to be. I will play around with that second string and see if I can figure out exactly why. Number one, it doesn't feel as tight on the tuning peg down here compared to the rest of them, and why it keeps jumping from C to F. I don't know why it's doing that, but that's all for tonight, folks. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank everyone for being just awesome, amazing people. You can check out my photography at deviantart.com/BLADEDTH3SIS. You can check out most of my links at ndcd.org/about-bladed-thesis. You can join the Sword family at patreon.com/BLADEDTH3SIS. You can buy a shirt at bonfire.com/store/the-teahouse. Or you can check out my music at bladedthesis.bandcamp.com. Thank you for coming, and 再见。